Hi, everybody. Welcome to Story Time. Today, we are going to be reading a book about one of the words that we were talking about today. Earlier in class, we were talking about UG words, right? Words in the UG word family. We are going to be reading a book about a hug. Hug. And it's not just any hug. You know another word in the title. It's what word is this? Big bear hug. A big bear hug. So what does it mean if somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to give you a bear hug"? What is a bear hug? Does it mean to hug a bear? Literally? No. A bear hug is like a big, strong hug, because if a bear were to give you a hug, bears are really big and really strong. It'd be big and it would be strong. So a bear hug, if you ever hear anybody say that, that's what it means, that they're going to give you a big, strong hug. All right. But let's find out what it means in Big Bear Hug, the book. I'll see you after the story. Big Bear Hug by Nicholas Oldland, illustrated also by Nicholas Oldland. There once was a bear so filled with love and happiness that whenever he roamed the forest and came across another living thing, he would give it a hug. Everywhere he wandered, the bear shared his love, hug by hug. He even hugged creatures that bears have been known to eat. This bear could meet the roundest little rabbit, and he would just stop, smile, and give it a great big hug. No animal was too big, too small, too smelly, or too scary to hug. But what this bear loved to hug most were the trees. The bear never met a tree he did not like. Big trees, little trees, apple trees, pear trees, peach trees. This bear hugged them all. One day, while the bear was trying to hug a beaver and a tree at the same time, he noticed a man with an axe walking into the forest. The bear followed the man until he stopped at one of the tallest, oldest, and most beautiful trees in the forest. The man spent so much time looking at this magnificent tree that the bear thought he must love trees too. But to the bear's horror, the man started to chop the tree down. For the first time in his life, the bear didn't feel like hugging at all. Then, just as he was about to sink his teeth into the man, the bear stopped. He realized that no matter how angry he was, he simply could not eat the man. It just wasn't in his nature. The bear sighed, and then he decided to do what he did best. He gave the man a hug. The man was not used to getting real big bear hugs, so once the bear let go, the man dropped his axe and ran far, far away. And do you know what the bear did next? The bear smiled and gave the tree a great big hug. The tree felt much better. The end. All right, everybody. So did you like Big Bear Hug? I thought it was a really sweet story. We don't usually think about bears as being loving to animals and people and the forest, right? But this one was really special. He was a really, really sweet bear, and he loved to do what? He loved to hug. So in this book, when they said Big Bear Hug, they really meant a literal big bear hug, because that bear hugged everything. So let's talk about a few things. Who was the main character in the story? We saw different characters, right? There were different animals. There was a man. There was the bear. Who is the main character? And what does it mean? The main character is the most important character in the book, and it was the bear. He was the main character. What was the setting of the book? Remember, what does a setting mean? The setting is where and when it takes place. So where did this story take place? Do you think it took place at a house? Do you think it took place at the beach? You say it out loud if you know. It took place in the forest, right? You could say the forest or the woods. The setting was the forest. Okay, and another part of setting is not just where it takes place, but when it takes place. So, what could we say about when it takes place? We don't know exactly, but we could at least say, did it happen in the middle of the night or did it happen during the day? It happened during the day, in the daytime, right? We know that because we could see that the sun was out, it wasn't dark. Okay, all right, and there's one more thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's the lesson of the story. A lot of times when we read books, we learn a lesson. What could this story teach you? Well, I learned from the bear, and this is something that we can all learn, is that even if we're feeling angry, we should be nice. And that's hard to do. But even if you're angry, or even if somebody else is doing something that they shouldn't be doing, instead of getting angry and now you have two people doing the wrong thing, if you try to be kind and be loving, a lot of times it makes the other person treat you back in a loving way. Now, in this case, maybe the man didn't treat the bear back in a loving way. He ran away, but in turn, he didn't chop the tree down, which was loving to the forest and to nature and to the tree, right? So a lot of times, even if we're feeling upset or even if we're feeling angry or unhappy with somebody, if we still treat other people with love and kindness, good things will happen. And sometimes we make them be loving and kind. And there's no better power than that, right? Than to make somebody loving and kind. So I hope that you enjoyed Big Bear Hug. Now go find somebody that you love and go give them a big bear hug, okay? I'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.